Have you ever wondered why glowing pumpkins hold such eerie power? Why year after year they light up streets, homes, and the dark corners of Halloween night? Are they just a festive symbol, or do they hide a deeper mystery, one that has been passed down for centuries? What if I told you that the jack-o'-lantern isn't just a symbol of Halloween, but a gateway to a dark, fascinating history filled with secrets and legends? Join me on this spellbinding journey where the glow of the jack-o'-lantern doesn't just chase away the shadows. It leads us through layers of time, mystery, and intrigue. Are you ready to step into the unknown? As autumn arrives, the air turns crisp and cool, and the leaves shift into vibrant shades of gold, orange, and red, painting the world in a stunning tapestry of color. The chill of the air fills the senses, evoking a deep feeling of nostalgia, of something ancient and magical about to unfold. It is the time of year when the season of Halloween approaches a time that has long been associated with mystery magic and the otherworldly. But beyond the costumes, the festivities, and the trick-or-treating, there is an iconic symbol of Halloween that stands out: the glowing jack-o'-lantern. The jack-o'-lantern, with its grinning carved face, is a fixture in the autumn night, lighting up doorsteps and yards, guiding trick-or-treaters through the dark. But few know the story behind the pumpkin, the legend that stretches across centuries and continents. The tale begins on a night much like any other, yet imbued with a sense of ancient fear and awe, when a man named Jack, with his wit and cunning, tricked the devil himself. It all starts in the small villages of Ireland, where the air is heavy with the scent of autumn, and the nights are darker than anywhere else. Long before the modern jack-o'-lantern existed, there was a man named Jack who had the misfortune, or perhaps the fortune, depending on how you see it, to outwit the devil. He was a clever man, full of tricks and mischief, but with little regard for the consequences of his actions. One fateful day, Jack invited the devil to share a drink with him. Jack, however, had no intention of paying for the drink. He cleverly persuaded the devil to turn himself into a coin so that Jack could pay for the drinks with ease. But Jack, ever the trickster, took the coin and placed it into his pocket, right next to a silver cross, preventing the devil from changing back into his true form. Trapped by the cross, the devil had no choice but to agree to Jack's terms. He would not harm Jack for 1 year, and in the event of Jack's death, the devil would not claim his soul. 1 year passed, and when the devil returned, Jack tricked him once again. Jack convinced the devil to climb a tree to pick some fruit, and while the devil was distracted, Jack carved a cross into the trunk of the tree, trapping him once again. The devil, helpless, agreed to Jack's terms. Yet again, he would leave Jack alone for another 10 years. But as with all things, time eventually caught up with Jack. When he passed away, he found himself caught between heaven and hell. barred from entering either place, too wicked for heaven and too clever for hell, Jack wandered the earth with no place to go. He was forced to carry only an ember to light his way through the eternal night, condemned to roam the world in darkness. And so Jack became known as Jack of the Lantern, a soul forever wandering in the night, with only the faintest glimmer of light to guide him. This is how the legend of the Jack-o'-lantern began. From an ember carried by a trickster to the glowing faces carved into pumpkins, the story evolved and spread through generations, across cultures, and eventually found its place in Halloween tradition. The glowing light of the Jack-o'-lantern became a symbol of Jack's eternal wandering and a reminder of the stories of old, of bargains struck with the devil, and of the mysteries of life and death. The Jack-o'-lantern has taken many forms over the years, from the earliest versions, which were made from turnips and potatoes, to the massive pumpkins we carve today. The tradition has changed, yet the essence remains the same. Each carved pumpkin tells the story of Jack the trickster, the one who outwitted the devil and is now forced to roam the earth in search of peace. As the years passed and Halloween grew in popularity, the Jack-o'-lantern became more than just a symbol of one man's trickery. It became a universal symbol of the season, a representation of the mystery and magic of Halloween, of the thin veil between the living and the dead, of the celebration of harvest and the acknowledgement of our own mortality. The pumpkin, once a humble vegetable, transformed into a glowing icon that shines through the darkness every Halloween night. And so, as the tradition spread, Jack-o'-lanterns became synonymous with Halloween. In Ireland, they were placed on windowsills to ward off evil spirits. In America, they lit up porches and doorsteps, inviting trick-or-treaters into the homes of the living. And as the pumpkin became more popular, it became more than just a decoration. It became a way to connect with the past, to honor those who had come before us, and to embrace the mysteries of life and death that linger in the shadows of Halloween night. As we continue our journey into the heart of the Jack-o'-lantern's history, we step beyond the borders of Ireland and into the larger world of ancient traditions. The story of Jack, while deeply rooted in Irish folklore, reflects a universal theme: the battle between light and darkness, life and death. This theme has found its way into countless cultures across the globe, with each one adding its own twist to the mythos surrounding the dead and the supernatural. In Ireland, the tale of Jack was intertwined with the Celtic festival of Samhain, which marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. This was a time when the boundary between the living and the dead was believed to be at its thinnest. The Celts believed that on the night of Samhain, the spirits of the dead could walk among the living, causing mischief or even harm. To ward off these wandering spirits, the people carved faces into turnips and placed candles inside them. These carved turnips, or jack-o'-lanterns, were set on windowsills to guide the spirits away and to protect their homes. As time went on, the tradition of carving lanterns and placing them to ward off evil spirits spread to other parts of the world, each culture adapting the custom to its own needs and beliefs. In Britain, for example, it was common to carve faces into root vegetables such as turnips and potatoes and place them by the door or in windows. But unlike the pumpkins we know today, these early lanterns were smaller, made from the crops that were most readily available in the local environment. In Scotland, the same tradition of carving faces into vegetables took place, but it was believed that the lanterns could also help guide the souls of the dead to the afterlife. This belief in the guiding power of lanterns was not limited to just the Celts, but was shared by other cultures with similar views on the spiritual world. The face carved into the vegetable was thought to serve as a beacon, either to lead spirits away from the living or to guide them on their journey to the next realm. But the evolution of the jack-o'-lantern didn't stop there. As Halloween traditions moved across the seas to America, the humble turnip gave way to a new, larger, and more colorful vegetable: the pumpkin. The pumpkin, native to North America, became a natural choice for carving because of its size, sturdiness, and wide availability. The pumpkin's vibrant orange color also made it stand out against the dark backdrop of autumn nights, making it the perfect medium for creating glowing faces that would light up the darkness. The arrival of pumpkins in Halloween traditions was facilitated by the mass immigration of European settlers to America, particularly Irish immigrants during the Great Famine of the 19th century. As these immigrants brought their customs with them, including the carving of lanterns, they found that the pumpkin, with its larger surface and more colorful appearance, was much easier to carve than the smaller, more labor-intensive turnips or potatoes they used back home. By the late 19th century, pumpkins had firmly established themselves as the centerpiece of Halloween decorations in America. They were no longer just simple lanterns to ward off spirits, but had become symbols of the Halloween spirit itself. As the tradition of Halloween celebrations grew in popularity, so too did the jack-o'-lantern. No longer just a simple candle-lit vegetable, the jack-o'-lantern became a work of art with faces ranging from mischievous grins to ghoulish expressions, each one representing a different facet of the spooky and playful side of Halloween. The rise of Halloween as a widespread celebration in America also gave birth to the modern-day tradition of carving pumpkins. As cities grew and Halloween became more commercialized, pumpkin patches were created where families could go to select their perfect pumpkins. These pumpkin patches became a beloved part of the season, with children and adults alike delighting in the joy of selecting their pumpkins and carving them into the faces that would light up the night. However, as Halloween continued to evolve, so did the meaning and significance of the jack-o'-lantern. What began as a simple tool for warding off spirits transformed into a symbol of community fun and even nostalgia. Families gathered together to carve their pumpkins, each one a reflection of their creativity and individual spirit. The jack-o'-lantern became more than just a symbol of Halloween. It became a way for people to connect with one another, to celebrate life, and to honor the mystery and magic of the season. Over the years, the jack-o'-lantern has also come to symbolize the darker aspects of Halloween. The faces carved into the pumpkins, once meant to protect people from evil spirits, have taken on a more mischievous and sometimes eerie quality. In many ways, the jack-o'-lantern has come to embody the dual nature of Halloween itself, both playful and frightening, a night where the living and the dead are momentarily intertwined. The jack-o'-lantern's role as a Halloween icon was further cemented in popular culture. In 1966, Charles Schulz's iconic Peanuts Halloween special, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown introduced millions of viewers to the Great Pumpkin, a mythical figure that rises from the pumpkin patch on Halloween night. Although not directly related to the tradition of jack-o'-lanterns, the special reinforced the idea of the pumpkin as a symbol of Halloween magic and wonder. As the jack-o'-lantern continues to evolve, it remains a central part of Halloween celebrations around the world. Whether carved into eerie faces or simply used as a decoration, the pumpkin symbolizes the fun, spooky, and magical aspects of the season. It reminds us of our connection to the past, to the ancient traditions that have shaped Halloween into the beloved holiday it is today. As Halloween grew in popularity and became a hallmark of American culture, jack-o'-lanterns evolved from simple lanterns to something far more significant. They became an iconic symbol of the season, lighting up porches and doorways across the country, and embodying both the spooky and playful sides of Halloween. But the story of the jack-o'-lantern didn't just end with its arrival in the United States. It continued to grow, adapting to the changing cultural landscape. By the early 20th century, Halloween had transformed from a rural tradition to a widespread cultural event. With the rise of mass media, Halloween became a part of mainstream American life, and the jack-o'-lantern took center stage. It was no longer just an old folk practice, but a central part of the celebration. People across the country began carving pumpkins in preparation for the festivities, creating glowing faces that would light up the night, both literally and metaphorically. The 1930s saw Halloween's commercial growth, especially as the Great Depression swept through the country. In tough economic times, people began looking for ways to celebrate that were inexpensive, yet still meaningful. Pumpkin carving became one of the most popular and accessible activities, with families gathering together to create jack-o'-lanterns. It was an affordable form of entertainment and a way to maintain holiday traditions during uncertain times. As the pumpkin became more closely associated with Halloween, jack-o'-lanterns began to appear everywhere, from front yards to storefronts, lighting up the night with their mischievous grins and eerie smiles. During this time, Halloween also began to take on a more community-oriented approach. Trick-or-treating which had roots in the old Celtic tradition of souling, became widespread in the 1930s and 1940s. Children went door to door asking for candy and offering tricks in return for their treats. This practice became synonymous with Halloween and was often accompanied by the iconic sight of jack-o'-lanterns lighting up homes along the way. One of the most significant cultural shifts for Halloween, and by extension for the jack-o'-lantern, was the rise of Halloween-themed entertainment. In 1966, the beloved Peanuts comic strip by Charles Schulz introduced the character of the Great Pumpkin. In its Halloween special, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Although the Great Pumpkin was not directly related to the jack-o'-lantern, the special highlighted the importance of pumpkins in Halloween celebrations, making them even more central to the holiday. The special's portrayal of Linus waiting for the Great Pumpkin in the pumpkin patch, despite his friends' skepticism, resonated with viewers and added a layer of whimsy to the pumpkin's role in the Halloween tradition. As Halloween grew in popularity throughout the 20th century, the jack-o'-lantern's influence expanded beyond just a seasonal decoration. It became a central figure in popular culture. Television specials, films, and advertisements began showcasing pumpkins and their association with Halloween. The jack-o'-lantern became an emblem of the holiday, a symbol that could be found in nearly every Halloween-themed activity, from haunted houses to festivals to the community pumpkin patches that sprang up all over the country. As the 1960s and 1970s rolled in, Halloween underwent further transformation. It became a more family-oriented event, with schools, neighborhoods, and even cities hosting Halloween parades, parties, and costume contests. Jack-o'-lanterns were no longer just carved by individuals for private use. They were part of larger public displays. People competed to carve the most intricate designs, and communities even began hosting pumpkin carving contests. These displays of creativity and festive spirit only added to the allure and popularity of the jack-o'-lantern. During this time, the pumpkin also took on a deeper cultural meaning. As Halloween became commercialized, the pumpkin was associated with not just the spooky side of Halloween, but with the spirit of nostalgia. People began to see the pumpkin as a symbol of rural Americana, evoking images of farm life, harvest festivals, and simpler times. This new romanticized image of the pumpkin helped solidify its place as the central icon of Halloween, representing not just the night of spooks and frights, but also a deeper sense of tradition, family, and community. In the 1980s and 1990s, Halloween became a billion-dollar industry. Pumpkin patches became popular destinations for families with activities like hay rides, corn mazes, and pumpkin picking competitions. And of course, jack-o'-lanterns continued to play a major role. From local farms to city streets, pumpkin carving became an annual ritual, an opportunity for families to bond over creativity and fun. It became a tradition that transcended generations, a way for parents to share their own childhood memories of Halloween with their children. The commercial success of Halloween and its deep integration into American life didn't just stop with the carving of pumpkins. Jack-o'-lanterns, once a simple folk tradition, had evolved into a key element of pop culture. They were featured in countless advertisements, television specials, and films. They had become a staple of not just Halloween decorations, but also Halloween marketing. From carved pumpkins in the windows of shops to pumpkin-shaped candy and treats, the Jack-o'-lantern was everywhere. As Halloween continued to grow, the tradition of carving Jack-o'-lanterns also expanded to other parts of the world. What had begun as a simple Irish folk tradition spread across continents, with people around the globe adopting the practice of pumpkin carving. In the UK, Australia, and even Japan, Jack-o'-lanterns began to appear during Halloween celebrations, cementing their place as a universal symbol of the season. As Halloween grew globally, the Jack-o'-lantern evolved from being a simple, decorative symbol to a centerpiece of the holiday itself. Today, it stands as one of Halloween's most iconic representations, lighting up porches and doorsteps across the world. Each year, the tradition of carving pumpkins has only grown, with families and communities across the globe continuing to honor the ritual while embracing its fun, whimsical, and spooky aspects. But while Jack-o'-lanterns are seen as festive and magical today, their cultural weight runs much deeper. In the 21st century, the Jack-o'-lantern is no longer just a symbol of the past. It has become a significant part of the modern Halloween experience. What began as a tradition to ward off evil spirits has transformed into a symbol of creativity, community, and shared cultural experiences. Across neighborhoods, Jack-o'-lanterns light up the night, casting eerie glows and cheerful grins. These glowing pumpkins have become more than mere decorations. They're artistic expressions, each carved face an illustration of the imagination, from the playful to the terrifying. As Halloween became increasingly commercialized, the Jack-o'-lantern became a focal point of the holiday's celebration. By the mid-20th century, Halloween shifted from a quiet, sometimes somber tradition into a much larger cultural event. From the 1930s onward, Halloween became more inclusive, with traditions like trick-or-treating gaining in popularity. The pumpkin carving tradition grew as well, with families gathering together to create their Jack-o'-lanterns, sharing laughter and fun in the process. But the true turning point for the Jack-o'-lantern came with the rise of media and entertainment. In 1966, Charles Schulz's Peanuts comic strip introduced the Great Pumpkin, a mythical entity that rises from the pumpkin patch on Halloween night. Although the Great Pumpkin wasn't directly related to the Jack-o'-lantern tradition, it helped solidify the pumpkin's place as a key figure in Halloween lore. The special It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown broadcast on national television, making the Jack-o'-lantern and its symbolism even more widespread. This rising popularity of pumpkins as Halloween icons expanded the tradition to include enormous pumpkins carved into larger-than-life creations. Across the United States, pumpkin festivals and pumpkin carving contests became a staple of the Halloween season. People went beyond simple jack-o'-lantern faces, creating intricate designs and sculptures. What was once a simple candle-lit lantern became a masterpiece of creativity and craftsmanship, showcased in homes, public spaces, and even art galleries. Throughout the late 20th and early 21st centuries, jack-o'-lanterns became intertwined with the broader celebration of Halloween. What was once a rural, family-centered activity evolved into something more commercialized. Today, pumpkin patches are business ventures, drawing in families for not just the pumpkins, but for a full experience, complete with hay rides, corn mazes, and pumpkin picking contests. These events have become a crucial part of the seasonal experience for many families, as pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns symbolize the warmth of the fall season nostalgia and time spent together. In the process, jack-o'-lanterns became something of an art form. Competitions to carve the most intricate and creative pumpkin designs have become increasingly popular, attracting artists and hobbyists alike. From pumpkins shaped like famous characters to those that tell stories through their carvings, the pumpkin has become a versatile medium. These contests are often featured in local newspapers and on television, showcasing the incredible artistry that has emerged from what was once just a simple tradition. In addition to its artistic transformation, the jack-o'-lantern now represents a sense of community. In the 21st century, Halloween has become a fully participatory event where neighborhoods transform into pumpkin-filled spectacles. Entire blocks of homes will set up displays with dozens of jack-o'-lanterns lined up on porches and windowsills. In some towns, lighting thousands of jack-o'-lanterns in one massive display has become a holiday tradition in itself. This communal display of lights and carved pumpkins adds to the festive atmosphere of the season, creating a sense of collective celebration. But jack-o'-lanterns aren't just confined to North America. As Halloween gained popularity around the world, the tradition of carving pumpkins spread to other countries. In Europe and Asia, jack-o'-lanterns have become just as central to Halloween celebrations as they are in the United States. Though these cultures may not have the same rich folklore surrounding the jack-o'-lantern, they have embraced the visual aspect carving pumpkins and other gourds to celebrate the season. This global spread has further cemented the jack-o'-lantern's place as a symbol of Halloween, now recognized and beloved across cultures. In recent years, the jack-o'-lantern has even become an object of environmental awareness. As interest in sustainable living grows, many people are choosing to compost their pumpkins after Halloween instead of throwing them away, reducing waste. Others are getting creative with the materials they use for carving, opting for eco-friendly lighting alternatives like LED lights and solar-powered options instead of traditional candles. This shift reflects a growing consciousness about the environmental impact of our seasonal traditions, while maintaining the magic and punsa of the holiday. The rise of social media has also brought the Jack-o'-lantern into the digital age. People now share their pumpkin creations on platforms like Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok, where the hashtag Jack-o'-lantern frequently trends. This online culture has introduced a whole new layer of competition and creativity, with people from around the world posting their most elaborate designs. In a way, social media has turned the carving of Jack-o'-lanterns into a global art form, connecting people across borders and celebrating the creativity of Halloween enthusiasts everywhere. As the tradition of carving Jack-o'-lanterns continues to thrive, it stands as a reminder of the enduring power of storytelling art and community. From its humble beginnings as a way to ward off spirits to its place today as a symbol of Halloween joy and creativity, the Jack-o'-lantern has become more than just a seasonal decoration. It's a tradition that connects us to the past, celebrates the present, and offers a glimpse of the playful mystery that Halloween represents. As Halloween evolved, so too did the symbolism and significance of the Jack-o'-lantern. It's no longer just a simple pumpkin with a flickering light. Over time, the Jack-o'-lantern has taken on deeper meanings, representing not only the spooky spirit of Halloween, but also an exploration of mystery myth and the connection between the living and the dead. The Jack-o'-lantern has infiltrated literature, cinema, and pop culture, forever ingraining itself as a central figure in how we celebrate the season and the supernatural. One of the earliest mentions of a pumpkin in American literature occurred in Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, published in 1820. The story's main character, Ichabod Crane, encounters a pumpkin at the story's climactic moment when he is chased by the terrifying figure of the Headless Horseman. While the original version of the story doesn't mention a Jack-o'-lantern, adaptations of it over the years have included imagery of a pumpkin as a symbol of Halloween's eerie charm. The Jack-o'-lantern's association with Halloween continues in modern literature. One notable example is Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree, published in 1972. In this enchanting story, a group of boys embarks on a magical journey through the history of Halloween, encountering various traditions and legends from around the world. Among these traditions is the Jack-o'-lantern, which Bradbury uses as a central symbol in the narrative. The Halloween tree in the story is adorned with 1,000 pumpkins, their faces flickering with light, representing the spirits of Halloween past, present, and future. This hauntingly beautiful image serves as a reminder of the enduring power of the Jack-o'-lantern to evoke feelings of mystery, nostalgia, and the passage of time. Beyond literature, the Jack-o'-lantern has also found its place in the world of film. The image of glowing pumpkins has become a staple in many Halloween-themed movies and television specials. Perhaps the most iconic portrayal of the Jack-o'-lantern in modern pop culture is in the 1993 Disney movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, directed by Henry Selick and produced by Tim Burton. The film is set in a fantastical world where each holiday season is represented by its own unique realm, and Halloween Town is where all things spooky and eerie come to life. The Jack-o'-lantern plays a pivotal role in this film, not just as a physical object, but as a symbol of the holiday itself. The pumpkins in The Nightmare Before Christmas represent the joy, the mystery, and the sometimes dark side of Halloween, capturing the essence of the season in their glowing faces. In the world of horror films, the Jack-o'-lantern is often used to evoke fear and suspense. The eerie glow emanating from a carved pumpkin has been featured in countless films and television shows, from slasher films to supernatural thrillers. The sight of a jack-o'-lantern on Halloween night has become synonymous with spooky festivities, and filmmakers often use the image to set the mood for scenes filled with suspense and horror. Its presence on screen serves as a reminder that Halloween, though celebrated with joy, is also a time when the veil between the living and the dead seems thinnest, and the unknown comes out to play. As Halloween-themed films and TV specials have continued to flourish, the Jack-o'-lantern has maintained its role as a symbol of both fun and fear. For example, in the classic 1980s television special, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, the Jack-o'-lantern, is central to the plot, where Charlie Brown and his friends eagerly await the mysterious arrival of the Great Pumpkin. The show's playful yet sincere approach to Halloween highlights the cultural significance of jack-o'-lanterns as symbols of hope, childhood wonder, and the belief in something magical. In contemporary culture, jack-o'-lanterns have transcended their origins as folk symbols and have become woven into the fabric of Halloween celebrations worldwide. Social media platforms such as Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok have allowed Halloween enthusiasts to showcase their jack-o'-lantern creations to a global audience. What was once a modest tradition has evolved into a vibrant art form, with individuals posting their most intricate and unique pumpkin designs for others to admire, comment on, and share. The trend of carving detailed and imaginative jack-o'-lanterns has reached new heights, turning pumpkin carving into an art competition as much as a Halloween activity. Furthermore, the rise of interactive Halloween experiences has made jack-o'-lanterns more than just a decoration. They've become part of immersive experiences. Pumpkin festivals, haunted houses, and pumpkin patches have become integral parts of Halloween culture, where families not only carve pumpkins, but also participate in festive activities. For example, the annual Night of 1,000 Jack-o'-Lanterns event in New York City showcases thousands of intricately carved pumpkins on display. The event draws large crowds each year, further emphasizing the growing significance of the jack-o'-lantern in the collective celebration of Halloween. From a marketing perspective, the jack-o'-lantern has also been adopted as a prominent symbol in the commercial realm. Brands and companies capitalize on Halloween's appeal by using jack-o'-lanterns in advertisements, products, and decorations. Stores and online retailers often feature jack-o'-lantern-themed items, from costumes to accessories to food products further solidifying its association with the season. Through literature, film, social media, and commercialism, the Jack-o'-lantern has become an enduring symbol of Halloween, representing everything from mystery and magic to fear and excitement. It is no longer simply a symbol of one night, but a powerful cultural icon that carries meaning far beyond its humble beginnings. As we look toward the future, the Jack-o'-lantern will continue to evolve with the times. New technologies will bring more sophisticated ways to carve and display pumpkins, and its meaning may shift as Halloween traditions continue to adapt to modern sensibilities. But one thing is certain: the Jack-o'-lantern will always remain a central part of Halloween's enduring magic. As Halloween spreads across the globe, so does the Jack-o'-lantern, its warm orange glow symbolizing the blend of ancient tradition and modern celebration. While the origins of the Jack-o'-lantern lie deeply rooted in Irish folklore, its influence has grown well beyond the British Isles, weaving itself into the fabric of Halloween celebrations in various cultures worldwide. What began as a practical means to ward off evil spirits on All Hallows' Eve has become a universal emblem of Halloween, evoking both nostalgia and excitement for people of all ages. While Halloween has traditionally been associated with Western cultures, particularly in the United States, the global appeal of the Jack-o'-lantern has led to its integration into various celebrations worldwide. Today, it is not uncommon to see carved pumpkins lighting up doorways in countries across Europe, Asia, and even parts of South America. Yet, as each culture adopts Halloween traditions, it blends them with its own customs, creating unique variations on the Jack-o'-lantern tradition that reflect local beliefs, practices, and folklore. In Mexico, for example, the celebration of Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, takes place around the same time as Halloween. While the focus of Dia de los Muertos is on honoring deceased loved ones and celebrating their lives, rather than seeking to ward off evil spirits, the traditions around this time share many similarities with Halloween customs. Colorful altars adorned with marigolds, candles, and photographs are common, and pumpkins, though not as central as in Halloween celebrations, are often used as part of the food offerings to guide the spirits home. The Jack-o'-lantern, however, has made its mark here as well, with some Mexican families incorporating carved pumpkins into their Dia de los Muertos altars, symbolizing the merging of cultures and shared reverence for the afterlife. In parts of Asia, particularly in Japan, Halloween celebrations are still relatively new, but growing in popularity. The Halloween tradition, along with Jack-o'-lanterns, has gained traction primarily in urban centers and has become more commercialized over the years. In Tokyo and other major cities, large-scale Halloween parades, festivals, and events showcase hundreds of carved pumpkins, blending the traditional American practices with Japan's distinct love for costume culture. While Halloween isn't deeply ingrained in Japanese traditions, the aesthetic appeal of Jack-o'-lanterns, along with their association with creativity and fun, has found a welcoming place in Japanese society. In the United Kingdom, Halloween traditions have undergone a significant transformation as the holiday has evolved from a more somber Celtic affair into the festive, community-oriented celebration it is today. The Jack-o'-lantern, or pumpkin lantern, has become a ubiquitous part of British Halloween celebrations. Traditionally, the UK used turnips or swedes for carving lanterns, much like their Irish counterparts. But the large, bright pumpkins that are now cultivated in abundance have overtaken these root vegetables. In towns and cities across the UK, families and communities host pumpkin festivals, carve jack-o'-lanterns, and display them proudly on their doorsteps. The practice of carving pumpkins for Halloween has become a fun, family-friendly tradition, and the sight of glowing jack-o'-lanterns lighting up autumn nights is now as much a part of British Halloween as any other. In Australia, Halloween is a relatively recent addition to the cultural calendar, but it has quickly gained popularity, particularly in urban areas. The American tradition of carving jack-o'-lanterns has been embraced by Australians, albeit with a few regional tweaks. Some Australian families, for example, carve pumpkins and place them on their verandas, while others may use locally grown squash varieties. Additionally, Halloween in Australia occurs during the spring, so the celebrations take on a different feel with warmer weather and longer daylight hours. Still, the jack-o'-lantern remains a core symbol of the occasion, representing both the playful side of Halloween and the spooky mysteries of the season. Even in countries where Halloween is not traditionally celebrated, jack-o'-lanterns have become a universal icon thanks to globalized media and the spread of American pop culture. In parts of South America, including countries like Brazil and Argentina, Halloween celebrations are growing in influence, and the jack-o'-lantern has started to make appearances in local festivities. The symbolism of the glowing pumpkin, as well as its association with the fall harvest, fits well with the spirit of community and festivity that these countries value. Carving jack-o'-lanterns has become a fun, family-friendly activity, often accompanied by trick-or-treating and Halloween parties. One of the most fascinating aspects of the jack-o'-lantern's spread across the globe is its ability to adapt to different cultural contexts while retaining its core symbolism. Whether it's used to honor the dead, to ward off evil spirits, or simply as a source of festive fun, the carved pumpkin has become a global symbol of Halloween. The merging of various traditions, from the ancient Celtic practices of Samhain to the modern American Halloween, has created a worldwide celebration that brings people together, regardless of their cultural background. In many ways, the jack-o'-lantern represents the intersection of cultures, both old and new. It carries with it centuries of history, blending together diverse rituals, beliefs, and practices to create a new global tradition. This ability to adapt and evolve has allowed the jack-o'-lantern to remain relevant and beloved across generations, ensuring that its glow will continue to shine brightly for years to come. In the digital age, The jack-o'-lantern has also taken on a new role as a symbol of creativity in the online world. With social media platforms like Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok, people now share their pumpkin creations with a global audience, transforming pumpkin carving into an online art form. From the simple to the intricate, people showcase their skills, creativity, and love for Halloween by posting photos of their jack-o'-lanterns. The sense of community fostered by these online spaces has made carving jack-o'-lanterns even more inclusive, connecting people from all over the world through a shared love of Halloween. As Halloween continues to evolve, so does the creative expression that surrounds it, with the jack-o'-lantern at the heart of this transformation. The carved pumpkin, once a simple ritualistic object, has grown into a canvas for personal creativity, artistic skill, and even a platform for global cultural exchange. Today, the act of carving a jack-o'-lantern has transcended its traditional role of warding off spirits and become an opportunity for artistic expression and community participation. What was once a folk tradition, carving faces into pumpkins, has morphed into a vibrant, dynamic art form. Across the world, pumpkin carving contests and festivals are held every year, offering pumpkin carvers the chance to showcase their skills and creativity. These events often feature intricate designs, from traditional spooky faces to more elaborate scenes and designs that represent popular culture, fantasy, or even political themes. Some carvers take their craft to the next level, using not just knives, but specialized tools and techniques to create detailed sculptures and multi-dimensional works of art. The jack-o'-lantern, with its smooth orange surface, provides a unique medium for artists to work with, turning an everyday object into a masterpiece. One of the most prominent examples of the creative potential of jack-o'-lanterns can be seen in the growing popularity of large-scale pumpkin displays. Famous festivals like Night of 1,000, Jack-o'-lanterns in New York, the Great Jack-o'-lantern Blaze in Sleepy Hollow, and the Pumpkin Festival in Derry, New Hampshire, showcase thousands of carved pumpkins on display. These events have become must-see attractions during the Halloween season, drawing large crowds to witness the stunning artistry of pumpkin carvers from around the world. The sheer scale of these exhibitions, featuring pumpkins arranged in complex patterns and even sculptural installations, demonstrates how the jack-o'-lantern has evolved from a personal decoration to an elaborate communal art form. Moreover, the influence of jack-o'-lanterns extends beyond traditional carving. In the age of social media, people are sharing their jack-o'-lantern creations with a global audience. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok have become breeding grounds for pumpkin carving trends, where users post their creative designs and tag them with hashtags like pumpkin carving, jack-o'-lantern, pumpkin art. Through these platforms, the tradition of pumpkin carving has been revitalized and modernized, creating an online community of artists who share tips, techniques, and inspiration. The creative possibilities are endless. Some carvers experiment with glowing colored lights to enhance the pumpkin's glow, while others incorporate intricate designs that include pop culture, reference, landscapes, or even political commentary. This new wave of creativity ensures that the Jack-o'-lantern remains fresh, exciting, and culturally relevant. Along with this artistic renaissance, the Jack-o'-lantern has become a symbol of togetherness, sparking community-driven Halloween activities. In towns and cities, schools, businesses, and neighbors often organize Jack-o'-lantern festivals or carving contests, bringing people of all ages together. These events not only celebrate the creative spirit, but also promote a sense of belonging. Families, friends, and even strangers bond over the shared joy of creating something beautiful or spooky together, with the final product serving as a reminder of the warmth and unity that Halloween brings. As Halloween continues to grow as a major commercial event, the Jack-o'-lantern's appeal extends beyond its cultural and artistic significance. Major retailers such as Home Depot and Walmart have jumped on the pumpkin carving trend, offering a wide range of carving tools, stencils, and even pre-carved pumpkins for sale. These products cater to everyone from beginners to professional carvers, making pumpkin carving accessible to more people than ever before. In some cases, companies have embraced the Jack-o'-lantern as part of their branding during the fall season. Retailers create large-scale displays featuring glowing pumpkins using the Jack-o'-lantern as a way to attract customers and create a festive atmosphere in stores. In recent years, the Jack-o'-lantern has also found a home in Halloween-themed entertainment. From haunted houses to theme parks like Disneyland and Universal Studios, giant Jack-o'-lanterns have become iconic props in the visual landscape of Halloween. These colossal pumpkins often serve as focal points in Halloween displays, setting the tone for the spooky atmosphere that permeates these events. In these settings, the Jack-o'-lantern becomes more than just a decoration. It becomes part of the immersive experience, contributing to the eerie yet festive environment that makes Halloween so magical. The Jack-o'-lantern also holds a special place in the hearts of those who enjoy the thrill of horror and the supernatural. Many horror-themed films, shows, and literature feature the Jack-o'-lantern as a symbol of Halloween's darker, more mysterious side. In works like Halloween, the iconic slasher film, the Jack-o'-lantern is used to evoke feelings of fear and anticipation. Its flickering glow, often seen in darkened windows or on desolate streets, is linked to the eerie atmosphere of the holiday and the specter of things unseen. The Jack-o'-lantern in this context becomes both a playful symbol of the holiday and a harbinger of something sinister lurking just beyond the light. Despite its various manifestations, whether in art, film, or commercial celebrations, the core essence of the Jack-o'-lantern remains intact. It continues to symbolize the magic of Halloween, acting as a bridge between the living and the dead, between the world of the living and the unknown. It is both a symbol of light and darkness, warmth and chill, joy and fear. The act of carving a pumpkin, a simple gesture that has spanned centuries, is a way of embracing the spirit of Halloween, connecting us to the past, while allowing us to express our creativity and imagination in the present. As we move further into the 21st century, the jack-o'-lantern will no doubt continue to evolve and inspire future generations. What began as a humble folk tradition has become a beloved global icon, a symbol of the mysterious, the spooky, and the magical. Whether it's a beautifully carved masterpiece or a simple glowing face, the jack-o'-lantern will remain a central part of Halloween, lighting the way for all those who dare to embrace the night. The jack-o'-lantern, in its many forms and iterations, is a symbol that represents both the playful, joyful side of Halloween and the darker, more mysterious aspects of the holiday. On one hand, it is a beacon of festivity, lighting up front porches with cheerful grins and warm glows. On the other hand, it holds a deep connection to ancient rituals and the unknown, evoking the fear and curiosity that are central to the season. This duality, the combination of light and darkness, joy and fear, is what makes the jack-o'-lantern such a powerful and enduring symbol of Halloween. At its core, the jack-o'-lantern represents the delicate balance between life and death, the living and the spirits of the departed. This symbolism stems from its origins as a means of warding off evil spirits during Samhain, the ancient Celtic festival that later evolved into Halloween. The carved pumpkins, glowing with an ember or candlelight, were thought to protect the living from wandering souls and malevolent spirits. The faces carved into the pumpkins were not just whimsical or spooky, they were guardians, representing the boundary between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. As Halloween evolved and became more commercialized, the jack-o'-lantern retained its connection to this age-old symbolism, but also adopted new meanings. In modern times, it has become a symbol of both the joy and the thrill that Halloween brings. The act of carving pumpkins has transformed into a fun, creative family tradition, one that invites laughter, shared experiences, and community involvement. Children eagerly look forward to Halloween night, where they can dress up, carve jack-o'-lanterns, and participate in the joyous tradition of trick-or-treating. In this light, the jack-o'-lantern is a representation of the celebration of life, the harvest, the coming together of friends and family, and the joy of creativity. However, just beneath the surface of this festivity lies the darker, more eerie side of the jack-o'-lantern. Its flickering glow casting shadows in the night serves as a reminder of Halloween's connection to the supernatural. The jack-o'-lantern evokes the mysterious, the haunting, and the unknown. It is a symbol of the season's thrill, of the uncertainty and unpredictability that Halloween represents. Its face, whether it is grinning mischievously or grimacing in terror, reminds us of the otherworldly beings and forces that linger just out of sight. The jack-o'-lantern represents our collective fascination with the unknown, with ghosts witches, and the supernatural. This duality is not just a reflection of the holiday itself, but of human nature, our simultaneous attraction to both light and dark. The Jack-o'-lantern captures our desire to face the unknown with courage and creativity, while also acknowledging our fear of what lies beyond the veil. It is both a protector and a harbinger, a symbol of our need to find comfort in the face of mystery, while also celebrating the playful, sometimes mischievous side of life. The act of carving a jack-o'-lantern becomes a way of embracing both sides, creating something beautiful, yet eerie, something that reflects the complexities of our emotions and experiences. Moreover, the jack-o'-lantern also serves as a metaphor for the fleeting nature of time. Halloween itself is a reminder that life is transient, that the seasons change, and that death is an inevitable part of existence. The pumpkin, which starts as a vibrant fruit, eventually withers and decays, much like the fleeting nature of life. When we carve a jack-o'-lantern, we are reminded of the passage of time, the act of turning something natural and whole into something hollow and temporary. The glow within the pumpkin, which will eventually fade, mirrors the fleeting moments of life, reminding us to embrace the present while acknowledging the impermanence of all things. The symbolism of the jack-o'-lantern also resonates with the idea of transformation. Just as the pumpkin transforms from a simple fruit into a glowing lantern, Halloween itself represents a time of personal and communal transformation. On this night, the boundary between the physical and spiritual worlds seems thinner, and people of all ages take on different personas through costumes, masks, and disguises. The act of transforming oneself into something else, whether it's a ghost, a witch, or a monster, reflects the larger theme of metamorphosis that Halloween celebrates. Similarly, the jack-o'-lantern transforms from a humble vegetable into a symbol of festivity, creativity, and mystery. As the years go by, the jack-o'-lantern continues to evolve, reflecting the changing nature of Halloween itself. While its original purpose, to ward off evil spirits, may no longer hold the same cultural significance, the symbol of the jack-o'-lantern remains as relevant as ever. It continues to serve as a source of joy and creativity, a way for people to express themselves and connect with others during the Halloween season. At the same time, it still evokes the eerie, supernatural elements of the holiday, reminding us of the mysteries and legends that have always surrounded this time of year. In modern Halloween celebrations, the jack-o'-lantern has become a bridge between the past and the present. It connects us to ancient traditions, while also providing an outlet for modern creativity. Whether it's a simple pumpkin with a smiley face, or an intricate, multi-layered masterpiece, the jack-o'-lantern represents the spirit of Halloween, an acknowledgement of both the joys and fears that come with this magical, mysterious time of year. As we move further into the 21st century, the jack-o'-lantern shows no signs of losing its place in Halloween traditions. If anything, its influence continues to grow, expanding beyond the boundaries of the holiday itself and into new forms of expression, technology, and culture. The pumpkin, with its warm orange glow, remains a central figure in Halloween festivities, but the ways in which we carve, display, and celebrate with jack-o'-lanterns are evolving. One of the most significant trends in recent years is the growing popularity of high-tech pumpkin carving. While traditional tools like avos and scoops remain the staple of pumpkin carving, new innovations are pushing the boundaries of what is possible. From intricate 3D carving tools to projectors that shine images onto the surface of the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern is no longer confined to the simple faces of yesteryear. Artists and enthusiasts are using cutting-edge technology to create stunning, multi-dimensional designs that seem almost too perfect to be carved by hand. Some innovators are experimenting with virtual pumpkin carving, using software and digital tools to design and carve pumpkins on computer screens. These digital designs can then be brought to life through 3D printing or augmented reality, allowing people to share their creations online or even display them through holograms. While these high-tech creations may seem far removed from the humble beginnings of the jack-o'-lantern, they represent the ongoing evolution of this beloved tradition. Technology, far from replacing the joy of carving pumpkins, is enhancing it, offering new ways for people to engage with the art form. Meanwhile, the environmental movement has found its place in Halloween celebrations, and the jack-o'-lantern is no exception. As sustainability becomes a greater concern, more people are turning to eco-friendly options for their pumpkin carvings. From composting pumpkins after Halloween to using sustainable lighting sources such as solar-powered candles or LED lights, there is a growing emphasis on reducing the environmental impact of the holiday. The use of biodegradable materials such as plant-based paints or non-toxic carving tools is becoming more popular, ensuring that the tradition of the jack-o'-lantern remains fun and festive, while also being mindful of the planet. The future of the jack-o'-lantern is also closely tied to the idea of inclusivity and accessibility. As Halloween celebrations continue to expand across the globe, more people from different cultural backgrounds are joining in the festivities, bringing their own unique traditions and practices into the mix. In some countries, the jack-o'-lantern is being adapted to reflect local customs and available materials. For example, in parts of South America, families have started carving large squashes or melons instead of pumpkins, incorporating regional produce into the tradition. In Japan, where pumpkins are not as widely grown, people are using other materials, such as sweet potatoes, to create their own version of the jack-o'-lantern. In this way, the jack-o'-lantern is becoming a global symbol of Halloween, a tradition that transcends geographical and cultural boundaries. The versatility of the pumpkin allows it to be adapted to a wide range of environments, making it a truly universal symbol of the holiday. Whether it's the traditional orange pumpkin in the United States, a squash in Mexico, or a melon in South America, the jack-o'-lantern serves as a unifying force that brings people together, regardless of where they are in the world. Another exciting development in the future of the jack-o'-lantern is its growing role in the world of art and public installations. In recent years, large-scale jack-o'-lantern displays have become major attractions in cities across the world. These intricate displays, often featuring thousands of carved pumpkins, are carefully arranged into giant art installations, illuminating entire parks or city blocks. These spectacular exhibits have become tourist destinations, drawing crowds from around the world to marvel at the craftsmanship and creativity of the pumpkin carvers. The most famous of these displays, such as the Great Jack-o'-Lantern Blaze in New York's Hudson Valley, have inspired similar events in other parts of the world. These installations showcase not only the traditional carved faces, but also intricate designs, elaborate scenes, and even life-size sculptures. The jack-o'-lantern has become a medium for large-scale public art, attracting artists and audiences alike who seek to celebrate Halloween in an immersive, visually stunning way. As this trend continues to grow, it is likely that we will see even more grandiose pumpkin displays, turning Halloween into an art festival that extends far beyond the confines of a single night. The jack-o'-lantern's future will also be shaped by the ongoing influence of pop culture. As long as Halloween remains a major part of popular entertainment, the jack-o'-lantern will remain a symbol of the holiday's charm and magic. We can expect to see the jack-o'-lantern featured in future films, TV shows, and advertisements, continuing to capture the imagination of audiences of all ages. The recent success of Halloween-themed films and TV shows, as well as Halloween-centric episodes of popular series, shows that the jack-o'-lantern continues to resonate deeply with modern audiences. Whether it's featured in a spooky horror film or a heart-warming family movie, the jack-o'-lantern will continue to evoke the timeless allure of Halloween. In the coming years, the jack-o'-lantern may also take on new meanings, reflecting the changing ways in which society views Halloween. As more people embrace the holiday's fun, family-friendly aspects, the jack-o'-lantern will continue to be a central part of those celebrations. But it may also evolve to reflect more contemporary themes such as sustainability, inclusivity, and social responsibility. In this way, the jack-o'-lantern will remain an ever-evolving symbol of Halloween, a holiday that continues to capture the essence of mystery, creativity, and community. As we reach the final chapter of our exploration into the enduring legacy of the jack-o'-lantern, we can't help but marvel at how this humble pumpkin, with its flickering candlelight, has withstood the test of time. What began as an ancient Celtic ritual has blossomed into a global symbol of Halloween, one that transcends cultural boundaries, generations, and trends. The jack-o'-lantern remains as relevant today as it ever was, its glowing face lighting up Halloween nights and bringing people together in shared celebration and mystery. At the heart of the Jack-o'-lantern's continued popularity lies its power to evoke both nostalgia and wonder. For many, Halloween is a time to relive childhood memories of carving pumpkins with family, of walking through neighborhoods lined with glowing faces, and of the excitement that comes with the mystery of the night. The Jack-o'-lantern is inextricably tied to these memories, offering a sense of continuity in a world that is constantly changing. For parents, it's a way to pass down traditions to their children. And for children, it's a chance to create their own lasting memories. The glowing pumpkin, whether it is a simple face or an intricate work of art, captures the essence of Halloween, a celebration of life and death, of creativity and tradition. It is both a symbol of festivity and a reminder of the eerie mysteries that linger just beyond the light. As the years go by, the Jack-o'-lantern continues to serve as a bridge between the past and the present, a way for us to connect with the old customs of our ancestors, while embracing the fun and creativity of modern times. The Jack-o'-lantern has also become a symbol of the human desire to find joy and meaning in the face of the unknown. It represents our fascination with what lies beyond the veil, our acknowledgement of the supernatural, and our playful defiance of the dark. As we carve the pumpkin, we are participating in an ancient ritual that links us to those who came before us. Yet we are also creating something uniquely our own. In each carved face, we express our creativity, our fears, and our joy. And in the glow that follows, we light the way for ourselves and others, guiding us through the dark of the season. As Halloween continues to evolve, the Jack-o'-lantern will undoubtedly evolve with it. From traditional hand-carved pumpkins to high-tech LED-lit masterpieces, from large public displays to intimate family traditions, the Jack-o'-lantern will remain a central figure in Halloween celebrations around the world. It will continue to inspire creativity, foster community, and remind us of the magic and mystery of the season. Whether it's carved with a simple face or transformed into a work of art, the Jack-o'-lantern will always be a reflection of the human spirit, a spirit that seeks to find light in the dark, that embraces mystery with a smile, and that celebrates the fleeting beauty of the moment. As the years pass, the Jack-o'-lantern will continue to be a symbol of what makes Halloween so special, the magic of transformation. A simple pumpkin, once growing in the earth, is turned into something extraordinary through human hands and imagination. It represents the power of change, of the potential for ordinary things to become extraordinary, and of the creativity that resides in us all. Just as Halloween itself transforms from year to year, so too does the Jack-o'-lantern, adapting to the times, reflecting the cultural shifts, and still at its core, maintaining the timeless glow that makes it so beloved. In the end, the Jack-o'-lantern is more than just a Halloween decoration. It is a symbol of our connection to history, our creativity, and our shared experience of the world. It is a reminder of the mysteries we face, the joy we find in celebration, and the way we come together as a community to mark the changing seasons. Its glow will continue to light up Halloween nights for generations to come, welcoming both the known and the unknown with open arms. As we carve our pumpkins this year, let us remember the ancient origins of this tradition, and let us also embrace the modern ways in which the jack-o'-lantern has evolved. Whether it's in our own homes, in a local pumpkin patch, or as part of a grand public display, the jack-o'-lantern will continue to be a beloved symbol of Halloween, a symbol that reflects the spirit of the season, its mystery, and its magic. This concludes the story of the jack-o'-lantern. From its ancient origins to its modern-day significance, the jack-o'-lantern remains an enduring and magical part of Halloween. As we carve our pumpkins and light our jack-o'-lanterns, we are participating in a tradition that connects us to the past, celebrates the present, and embraces the mystery of the future. I hope this story has brought some warmth and mystery to your Halloween season. May the jack-o'-lantern continue to light your way, casting both joy and a little bit of eerie magic into the night. Happy Halloween. And so, the jack-o'-lantern continues to shine its eerie glow, lighting the way for both the living and the spirits of the past. What started as an ancient ritual has evolved into a symbol of creativity, mystery, and Halloween magic, connecting us all through time and tradition. Now, as you carve your own jack-o'-lantern this year, remember it's more than just a pumpkin. It's a piece of history, a beacon in the night, and a reminder that some mysteries are meant to be embraced. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales that light up the darkest corners of history. Until next time, keep the spirit of Halloween alive and let your jack-o'-lantern glow bright.